Hello everyone, welcome. Today, that world was shattered by a devastating and unimaginable tragedy. A tragedy that moves beyond the screen and into a stark, painful reality. Earlier today, the home of Tori and Zach Roloff was engulfed in a massive fire. While the family escaped with their lives, they did not escape unscathed. We have confirmed reports that the fire destroyed their home and everything in it, including a life savings of $220,000 in cash that was kept on the property. And most heartbreaking of all, Zach Roloff is now in a fight for his life. He was airlifted to a Portland area burn unit with critical injuries, suffering from burns on 40% of his body. This is a story no family should ever have to live. We will not engage in speculation. Our goal here is to piece together the timeline of this horrific event, understand what happened, and most importantly, focus on the human story at the center of it all. A young family whose world has been utterly upended. To understand the depth of this tragedy, we must first go back to the beginning of the day. This morning started like any other for the Roloff family. It was a typical, quiet morning at their battleground, Washington home. The home they had poured their hearts into, a sanctuary they built for their children away from the constant spotlight. Tori, a former teacher, was likely managing the beautiful chaos of getting 3 children under the age of 7 fed and dressed. Zach, who left the family business to carve his own path, may have been working on the property or planning his day. The children, Jackson, the thoughtful big brother, Lila, full of sass and spirit, and baby Joja, whose first steps we all celebrated, were just being kids, unaware, innocent. But normalcy can evaporate in an instant. The first sign of trouble is believed to have come from the garage area, a space that, like many family garages, stored not just vehicles, but memories, holiday decorations, and, as we now know, a substantial amount of the family's financial security. The exact cause is under investigation by the Clark County Fire Marshal. Early speculation points to an electrical fault, perhaps in an appliance or the wiring itself. It's a danger that exists in millions of homes, silent and unseen until it's too late. Dramatic but tasteful reconstructions. Use of stock footage of smoke slowly rising, then intensifying. The sound of crackling begins softly, then grows. No graphic footage of the actual fire is shown, respecting the family's privacy. The initial smoke would have been subtle. A smell first, then a haze. For a family with young children, the reaction to that first whiff of smoke is pure, unadulterated panic. We know from the 911 call, placed by Tori at approximately 10:17 a.m. Pacific Time, that the fire spread with terrifying speed. Tori's first and only instinct was to get her children to safety. In that moment, she became the hero of this story. Grabbing Jackson and Lila, and clutching baby Joja, she managed to usher them out of the house and across the yard to a safe distance. The children are reported to be physically unharmed, a miracle in itself, but undoubtedly traumatized by the sights and sounds they witnessed. But in that chaotic, nightmarish exit, a split-second decision was made, or perhaps a tragic event unfolded. As Tori got the children out, Zach, in an act of incredible bravery and perhaps a desperate attempt to salvage something, maybe the cash, maybe sentimental items, turned back. We may never know the exact reason he re-entered the path of the blaze. The flashover, or a structural collapse, is believed to have occurred at that moment. The oxygen in the home fed the fire, creating an explosion of flames that engulfed the space Zach had just re-entered. Neighbors reported hearing a whoosh sound and saw the entire roof of the garage become a ball of fire. Battleground Fire District 11 responders were on the scene within minutes. But in a fire, minutes are lifetimes. When the first engine arrived, they were met with a fully involved structure fire, meaning the home was already a total loss. Their mission immediately shifted from saving the house to searching for and saving lives. Tori, from her place of safety with the children, was able to direct crews to where she last saw Zach. Firefighters, braving extreme heat and dangerous conditions, located Zach Roloff inside the home, near a rear entrance. He was unconscious and had suffered severe burns. The extent of his injuries was immediately apparent and grave. Burns covering approximately 40% of his body. In medical terms, this is a catastrophic and life-threatening injury. The skin, the body's largest organ, is its primary defense against infection. With 40% of that barrier destroyed, the risk of sepsis, organ failure, and shock is incredibly high. We consulted with a burn specialist to understand the road ahead for Zach. Patients with this level of injury require immediate advanced life support, intubation to protect the airways, and massive fluid resuscitation to prevent shock from the body's overwhelming inflammatory response. Given the severity of his condition, the decision was made in seconds. Zach would not travel by ambulance. A life flight helicopter was scrambled to airlift him to the Oregon Burn Center at Legacy Emmanuel Medical Center in Portland, one of the top burn treatment facilities in the entire region. This was his first and most critical fight, the fight to survive the next few hours. As the fire was brought under control, the true scope of the loss became clear. The home was a total loss. Everything, every photo album, every child's drawing stuck to the fridge, every piece of clothing, every toy, every piece of furniture that held a memory was gone, reduced to ash and twisted metal. And then there was the financial devastation. We have confirmed through a family source that Tori and Zach had approximately $220,000 in cash stored in a safe within the home. This was not a frivolous decision. As many who followed the show know, Zach and Tori have been fiercely independent, building their own brand and their own lives separate from the Roloff farm. This money represented their life's work, their safety net, and likely the seed money for future dreams. Perhaps the down payment on a new property or investments for their children's future. The safe, designed to protect against theft, was no match for the intense heat of a prolonged structural fire. The money inside was incinerated, completely destroyed. Imagine that for a moment. In one morning, you lose your home, all your worldly possessions, and your entire financial savings. And on top of that, your partner, the father of your children, is clinging to life in a hospital. The sheer weight of that is incomprehensible. The grief, the fear, the utter despair. It is a burden no one should have to carry. In times of unimaginable crisis, family becomes your anchor. We understand that Amy Roloff, Zach's mother, was one of the first calls made. She, along with Matt Roloff, immediately rushed to the scene and then to the hospital to be with Tori and the children. Jeremy and Audrey Roloff, as well as Jacob and Isabel, have also mobilized. The Roloff family, despite their well-documented differences and disagreements over the years, have closed ranks. Their focus is singular, supporting Zach, Tori, and those 3 terrified children. The children are currently with their grandparents. They are safe. They are loved. But they are confused. How do you explain to a 5-year-old that his house is gone and his daddy is very, very sick? This is the secondary tragedy unfolding, the psychological impact on these young souls. A statement was released by a family representative just a few hours ago. It reads, "The Roloff family thanks you for your outpouring of love and prayers during this incredibly difficult time. Our sole focus is on Zach's recovery and supporting Tori and the children. We ask for privacy as we navigate this tragedy and will provide updates when appropriate. Please keep Zach in your thoughts." Now we must talk about Zach's fight. His admission to the Oregon Burn Center is the beginning of a medical marathon that will last months, if not years. The first 72 hours are the most critical. His body is in a state of extreme trauma. Doctors will be working around the clock to stabilize him. This means managing fluids, pumping massive amounts of IV fluids to prevent his organs from shutting down, fighting infection. He is in a sterile environment. His raw, exposed tissue is vulnerable to every bacteria and virus. Breathing support. He is on a ventilator, a machine breathing for him to allow his body to rest and to protect his airways from swelling shut. Pain management. The pain from severe burns is considered one of the most intense types of pain a human can experience. He will be heavily sedated. If he survives this critical period, the next phase begins: surgery. Dozens of them. Surgeons will meticulously remove the dead, burned tissue, a process called debridement. Then comes the agonizing process of skin grafting. They will take healthy skin from unburned parts of his body and graft it onto the damaged areas. This is where Zach's dwarfism adds a complex layer to his care. His unique physiology, his bone structure, his respiratory system, all of it requires a highly specialized and careful approach from the burn team. It is a challenge they are undoubtedly meeting with expert skill, but it is a challenge nonetheless. The road ahead is not just physical. It is mental and emotional. The psychological trauma of such an event, the pain of the procedures, the disfigurement he may face, it will require immense strength from Zach and unwavering support from Tori and his entire family. Many viewers are asking one question: why would a young family keep so much money in cash? It seems counterintuitive in a digital age, but understanding their context provides some clues. Zach and Tori have always marched to the beat of their own drum. They left the security of the family business to build their own brand. This often requires liquid cash for opportunities, sponsorships, book deals, property deals that move quickly. Having immediate access to capital can be empowering. There's also a documented history of tension between Zach and his father Matt over business and money on the farm. This may have fostered a desire for ultimate financial control and privacy, away from joint accounts or scrutiny. It was their money, their security, kept their way. A tragic decision, in hindsight, but an understandable one given their journey. In the face of such loss, the human spirit wants to help. We have already seen an incredible outpouring of support from the LPBW community. Fans are asking, what can we do? First and foremost, we must be cautious. In the wake of tragedies, scammers often create fake fundraising pages to prey on people's generosity. At this time, the Roloff family has not officially endorsed any GoFundMe or charitable drive. The best thing to do right now is to wait for an official statement from the family on how they would like to receive support. The most powerful thing we can offer them right now is respect for their privacy and a wave of positive energy. Your thoughts, your prayers, your well wishes, send them into the universe for Zach's recovery and for strength for Tori and the kids. The story of Tori and Zach Roloff has always been one of love and resilience. Love for each other, love for their children, and resilience in the face of a world not always designed for people of their stature. Today, that resilience is being tested in a way they never could have imagined. They face a long, dark night. The path ahead is shrouded in pain and uncertainty. But if we know anything about this family, it is that their bond is strong. Tori's strength today in saving her children was the first act of defiance against this tragedy. Zach's fight in that hospital is the second. To Tori, to Zach, to Jackson, Lila, and Joja, an entire community sees you. We are heartbroken for you. We are praying for you. We are sending every ounce of strength we have to Zach as he begins this brutal fight. We will be here, waiting for news, and ready to support you in the days and months to come. This is not the end of your story. It is perhaps its most difficult chapter, but we have faith that your love will see you through. More update. LPBW Tori Roloff defies Zach in latest controversy. And Tori Roloff puts Zach's shortcomings on blast. Zach and Tori Roloff slammed nasty critics amid viral video. And Little People Big World, another baby for Tori and Zach Roloff. I will explain everything. LPBW Tori Roloff defies Zach in latest controversy. Star Tori Roloff of Little People, Huge World made a huge show out of rejecting her husband, Zach Roloff, with her most recent bold action. What has she done recently that caused a commotion at home then? Zach and Tori Roloff do things quite differently, as viewers of Little People. Big World frequently observe. Things take a significant turn if Tori takes a girls' trip or leaves Zach by himself with the children for any other reason. Tori Roloff prides herself on attending to even the slightest details, such as placing handwritten messages in her kids' lunchboxes. For Zach, however, efficiency and completing tasks as quickly and painlessly as possible are paramount. According to Tori Roloff's most recent social media posts, she went wild and did what she wanted. More precisely, long before Christmas ever arrived, she went all out and decorated her house with holiday decor. While some individuals are given an early start when it comes to decorating for Christmas, Tori Roloff decided to take the initiative and shared the outcome with her large following on social media. With all of the Christmas decorations up, Tori Roloff posted a brief video of her house. She also said, "Guys, we need to let our ladies know that it's okay to decorate for Christmas before Thanksgiving." Additionally, Tori added, "But for real. Even though I'm usually a day after Thanksgiving, something about this year has me feeling festive already." When Tori Roloff, a Little People Big World star, posts anything online, people usually have a lot of bad things to say about it. But since Tori decided to embrace the holiday season far earlier than usual this year, this is one of the rare Tori postings that has received more positive than negative feedback online. "You do you, girl," remarked one commenter on One Little People Big World. "I land in a camp, you know. Christmas always seems to go by so quickly, so I strive to make it last as long as possible, especially for my children. This year's Thanksgiving is so late, so we need to maximize decorating early," said another commenter. According to a third party, "I believe that many people are experiencing that. It makes us eager for the holidays, and the businesses really push it early." Tori Roloff puts Zach's shortcomings on blast. Tori Roloff, a famous face from Little People Big World, publicly criticized Zach Roloff. What did Tori think of her spouse, and how are fans reacting to her comments? Since announcing their departure from the family TLC show Little People Big World following season 25, Zach and Tori Roloff have been busy with their own lives. Many fans, even at that early stage, saw Zach and Tori's departure as the last straw. According to recent updates on Little People Big World, Amy Roloff finally spoke up about the current situation. According to her, there are currently no plans to film any additional sequences from Little People Big World. Thus, the departure of Zach and Tori was the catalyst for all of this. Those who follow Tori or Zach Roloff on social media are aware that they are frequently the targets of criticism. That is something that is always available. But according to the latest news, Tori decided to take matters into her own hands and openly criticized her husband. Where did she go from there? Tori Roloff was a recent Suspect Challenge participant on TikTok and Instagram. In this test, participants named their partners as suspects and then used the suspects' undesirable behaviors or peculiarities to characterize them. As it turned out, Tori gave Zach his chance to play the suspect role. Tori Roloff reports that she stated, "Suspect, 34 and still knows to make scrambled eggs and cereal." Tori did this and a few more like it, and she was not shy about criticizing her husband. Every day, viewers of Little People Big World can't help but brag about Zach and Tori Roloff. There was a lot of backlash, though, as Tori basically roasts Zach in front of the audience. "Who would want their children to grow up believing it's okay if their dad never learned how to cook?" asked one commenter. "Possessing this talent is essential for daily living. After 9 years?" Another commenter asked, "It would have been really embarrassing for me to share it." A third individual interjected, saying, "Ong, this is a substantial amount. It was all bad. Oh my goodness. How humiliating for them both." A fourth individual joined in, exclaiming, "How embarrassing. How on earth can somebody confess to doing those things?" Zach and Tori Roloff slammed nasty critics amid viral video. Taking aim at their detractors, Little People Big World stars Zach and Tori Roloff recently made a public statement in response to a video that went viral. What, therefore, did the couple have to say in response to the recent criticism and hostility they endured? Tori and Zach Roloff are popular people who have amassed massive online followings. You can expect a higher level of scrutiny whenever you're in the spotlight and have a sizable fan base like they do. As an example, consider Zach and Tori. The fact that Tori promotes herself as a mother influencer makes this point much more valid. Zach and Tori have been extremely busy with their new podcast, Raising Heights, since they left Little People Big World following season 25. As if that weren't enough, along with revealing some TLC secrets, the couple frequently discusses personal issues. The Little People Big World fan base went wild for a Zach and Tori social media highlight reel not long ago. There have been almost 68 million views on the reel so far. This video is perfect for the whole family. It features 5 people having a good time while acting crazy and playing with torches. Still, it's possible to become famous for all the wrong reasons, as any social media user can attest. Lots of individuals have something unpleasant to say about this video. People went too far in being needlessly nasty, even if a little sarcasm may be humorous sometimes. The commenters stopped reproducing, ended their post. Just why? Another individual questioned. Those unfortunate students, according to a third individual, Bro can easily find out if she cheats. In a recent development, Zach and Tori Roloff removed their gloves. The couple had a lot to say regarding the nasty remarks they received after Tori shared this popular video with her family, and they criticized a lot of the vitriol and criticism that has come their way. Recent comments by haters were criticized by Zach Roloff, who said that they were seeking attention. Anyone can see that a comment's likelihood of getting many likes increases in direct proportion to how nasty it is. Zach takes great care not to reply directly to comments like these, in his opinion. Additionally, Tori Roloff added her 2 cents, stating that one cannot dictate their behavior depending on the responses of others. This cesspool of evil is something that Tori, despite her position as a social media celebrity, isn't oblivious to. Whether you like it or not, Zach and Tori clearly have no problem confronting any amount of negative feedback or backlash that comes their way as prominent personalities in the spotlight. Little People Big World, another baby for Tori and Zach Roloff. The idea of Tori Roloff having another child was just dropped as a hint. Adding a 4th child to their family is something the Little People Big World star is really considering. A new Roloff baby could be on the way, according to what she stated. 3 children, Joja, Lila, and Jackson, are born to Tori and Zach Roloff. Many of her followers are now wondering when she will announce the arrival of her 4th child, according to a recent social media post. A recent Instagram story by the Little People Big World alum and her husband Zach Roloff hinted at the possibility of another child. One of the photos she posted included Lila holding a doll baby in a carrier. The photo shows Lila holding her baby doll in one arm while she appears to be staring into space. Devastatingly adorable it was. Tori wrote, "I don't want another baby over the shot. This is my last child. Another child is not in my future." She on to say, "But my goodness, I believe Lila would handle it perfectly if we were to have another, haha." After reading the second part of her statement, people are starting to wonder if the Little People Big World alum is thinking about adding to her family of 5. A discussion regarding having more children arose shortly after the birth of their son Joja in 2022. Having additional children was something they seemed to be leaning toward, but they did leave the door open. During that period, Zach Roloff stated, "We're probably done after this." Yet Tori conceded that it was difficult to say that. "Josh has been so easy that it's hard to say, we're done," she added. "I'm wondering if there's any chance we can do another one." After giving it another year, she announced she was done having children. They have had to overcome the unique obstacles faced by each of their children because they were born with dwarfism. Equally challenging for Tori has been conceiving and carrying a child to term. 3 cesarean sections and a miscarriage were part of her journey. People have been wondering if she's pregnant again for what feels like an eternity now. That is what prompted her to think about getting plastic surgery. My body has been through so much that I considered getting a mommy tuck or something because I have a belly, the Little People Big World star revealed. She went on to say, but at the same time, God gave me 3 lovely children, and I am filled with gratitude for the life He has given me. I am amazed by my body's ability to endure carrying 3 babies to term, through multiple surgeries, and still be able to run around. No more today. What are you thinking about this gossip today? Let us know in the comments, and stay tuned by subscribing to our channel to get more updates like this. Thank you.